The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
That's right on a Monday. Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos. Heckma Harrison is here.
Here I am.
Barry Church, former Dallas Cowboys safety, is here.
I'm back.
Danny McCray, former Dallas Cowboys safety, is on assignment. I am Newy Scruggs. So, bye week over, Cowboys 6-2. It is time to get ready for the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. And I will tell you, gentlemen, when the schedule came out, said to myself, this is going to be real tough.
I thought it was an L when it first came out.
I didn't want to say L because it was coming off the bye week. So you're going to have time to get ready for this with Mike McCarthy going back to Green Bay where he won a Super Bowl, the last Packers coach to win a Super Bowl. And I said, this in church, I was going to get you to speak on this. This is when the players try to make sure they take care of their coach.
Without a doubt. I mean, that your head coach, your guy, McCarthy. All right, he's done a long service of duty in Green Bay. Got a Super Bowl, did all that good stuff. And the way he exited, I don't think they were on the best of terms, him and the Green Bay organization. He took a year off in the lab, then he came down here to Dallas, and he's doing his thing. So as players, you already know the coach ain't gonna come out and say, "Man, you know what? I hate that. They did me dirty." All this stuff. He ain't gonna come out and say all that. He's gonna, let's go out there, do our work, do our due diligence, and we're gonna go out there and get this W, guys. He's gonna give the political answer, but deep down, each one of those players know we got to do this for McCarthy. We got to go out there and put on for our head coach, who he has, some bad blood with that organization over there. So we're gonna put on for them, and we're gonna go out there and get this W for the squad. So they have some added motivation in there, and on top of that, Green Bay is struggling. So I don't expect, if Dallas gets up big in this game, I don't expect McCarthy and this offense, Kellen Moore, I don't think they're going to let up the gas. I think they're going to keep adding it up, just keep pushing down on it. We're up 21, send them out there again. We're going up 28. We're up 28, send them out there again. We're going up 35. I can fully see that happening come Sunday if Green Bay doesn't come to play.
They embarrassed Mike. Mike won't say it, but I'll say it for him. They embarrassed Mike. And not only that, Mike had to stay in the town and live with that embarrassment. He talked about it at the press conference. He had to go have surgery on his knee, go to the rehabilitation center right next to Lambeau Field. Everybody know where you live, where you are. You can't even go to Whataburger. And I know they don't have one, but I'm just saying, you can't even go to your spot.
Yeah, you go to the grocery store.
That's it. Can't you go to the grocery store?
Coach. Mike.
Mike, right? Yeah, that's embarrassing. And for one, you think about the pressure that Mike was coming into this season on. He's coached his tail off, got his team to 6-2 going into the bye week. I think relatively this team is getting a lot healthier. So in this game versus Green Bay, I don't find any joy in what's going on in Green Bay right now, but. My time. And so we coming into town, red hot right now. Offense found a way, and defense is obviously carrying. And this break came at a much needed time for them to get healthy. And man, like you guys just said, if I'm Mike, I'm up by 28. Boy, I'm piling on. I'm doing everything that I had. Cavante Turpin, take one to the house. Fake punt, everything.
Going for two, everything.
The church, this the week he should have said they up 20 when they get
exactly.
This is
I said it. No, hold on now. See, whoa. I said it right the first time. We up by 20.
The question is, you going to double down on that? We'll get to that in a little bit. We'll get to that.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
That's tomorrow. So we've got time. We've got more time on that.
We got something we got to talk about anyway.
Yes.
Because somebody did something while you was away that involved the tasty cake.
Yeah.
Philadelphia's finest. Okay.
It is Philly's finest.
His other boys.
It is. By the way,
on my fantasy team, though.
I want full credit because I picked the Green Bay Packers to miss the playoffs in my preseason picks for the Morning News, and I had Minnesota win the division.
Oh, Kurt.
Dude, this division's wrapped up.
That's over.
But what did you base that assumption off of?
Regression to the mean, sir. You had 3 straight seasons of 13 wins, and that's a hard thing to do in this league, to keep on winning that heavily. You also lost Devontae Adams, your only legitimate receiver, and replaced him with nothing. And to sit up here and say, well, okay, who's the top guy now? Alan Lazard?
Nah.
Come on, man. He wasn't even the top 2. So then you go sign Sammy Watkins. Then you drafted some dude. I'm just saying it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And your offensive line, it hasn't. So I just look. You've taken pieces away. You're sitting here and you're expecting Aaron Rodgers to just take care of everything. He's a quarterback. He's not a magician. I mean, these dudes can't play. So I just saw what was going on there. And then, as much as I love Mike Zimmer personally, and I do, man, I loved him when he was here. It got old for him in Minnesota.
Oh, fast.
And Zim did not like Kirk Cousins. Just wasn't his kind of quarterback. He didn't like it. So you take Zimmer out, and how do I say this nicely?
No, say it. It's a Players Lounge.
It's a lounge.
Did we say anything nicely on this?
Not at all.
What? When did that happen?
Zim can be doom and gloom at times, for guys. And that wears on people after so many years. And they wanted him gone. They bring in Kevin O'Connell, who worked with Kirk Cousins in Washington, who had a belief in Kirk Cousins. So right out of the gate, it's just a different dude, an offensive guy. People were happy. People liked being in the building. So it was you could just, from the time he was hired, you just kept hearing more positive things. And I just thought that Green Bay, regression, Minnesota, having a fresh face, being able to, I thought they could win the division, and I did not expect Chicago or Detroit to be there. So it was really the competition there. Now I expect them to run away with it, but here it is. And we're sitting here now looking at Green Bay with 5 straight losses. This is a win that the Cowboys should get for Mike McCarthy, but more importantly, get for themselves, which sets up a game between the Cowboys and the Vikings the next week.
It's gonna be
up in Minnesota.
Is it on prime time?
No, it is not.
Okay, all right.
It
Should be.
Uh-oh.
It'll be
Watch out
it'll
for
be
Kirk.
somebody's game of the week, but it will not be it will not be prime time. The Cowboys' next prime time game is the Colts.
Can't put the Colts
Here we
on
go.
there, man.
Here we go.
They can't flex it.
That's it.
Here we go. Hold on. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
All right.
The Cowboys have only been flexed once since NBC got Sunday Night Football.
Like flexed out of it, right?
Out. And that was because it was a terrible team.
Right.
Yeah, I was a part of that team,
And
I think.
no, you were not. No. That's when
Even at 15 years, we was
it
4-12.
When Jalen Smith said the owner ain't tripping while y'all tripping.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Andy Dalton was quarterback. So it was that team.
Yeah, that was rough.
But NBC will never flex out the Cowboys if they're good. And right now, they're a good football team.
Good ratings.
So they're not, right. You just know Cowboys. So now I did wonder. We discussed yesterday in the office. Could Cowboys in Minnesota be flexed into Sunday night? Because the Cowboys Colts game, that's in December. So could next week be flexed? Because now you're in that window where you can start flexing games. That'll be interesting. But I'm assuming that Fox has protected that game. But maybe not, because before the season you really didn't know what Minnesota could be. So I don't know.
That game's on CBS.
Yes, CBS, I meant. Because,
Protected,
you're protected by, you're right, because that's what my producer told me. CBS protected the game, which CBS protects Cowboy games because they want them. They don't get them very often. So thank you very much for that correction. So, no, you're going to send Nance and Romo on up there. And look, when CBS can get Cowboys, I mean, you notice they don't really have them at noon. They get them, they put them with
Is that 325?
with Romo and Nance, right?
Yeah.
Right. So this is now, CBS looks into a really prime game. But Jeff Saturday coaching against Mike McCarthy will be on NBC, baby.
Oh, my goodness.
Jeff,
with Sam Ellinger at the QB, right?
by the way, in case you did not hear, Frank Reich fired as predicted by someone here.
You did.
Someone here said Frank Reich was going to get
Weeks
fired.
ago.
You did say that?
Weeks ago.
Yeah, Frank Reich fired, replaced by ESPN analyst Jeff Saturday.
And high school football coach.
Yeah, so yeah.
And you'll play in that locker room. Like, what are you thinking right now? We got a guy I was watching on NFL Live. He's going to be my head coach?
Coach, I'm hurt. My knee been hurt. Now I'm sitting. That's what you're going to tell him.
And if you're a wide receiver, if you listen to what he's talking about, he's run the ball. You ain't getting no passes. Man.
It's not like the quarterback they have can throw.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Okay, running Sam Ellinger, he can't throw, heck.
This is a tough draw for this team, and from the ownership all the way down, the way that they're handling this. I
love it.
It's so bad. It's so bad. The dysfunction is like real. And right after Irsay gets fired, he's out. They just put a helmet up. It's just a helmet. We've replaced our coach. And then the next thing you got is a picture. Come on now.
I thought it was a joke at first.
I did too.
I thought it was
fake news.
Oh, man, this ain't real.
Because Irsay plays like that on Twitter.
Yeah.
He'll play like that. So I thought, okay, he playing.
It's a joke.
Hey man,
has that ever? And my question is, has that try to find that has that ever happened before? An interim coach from outside of the organization, someone that it has not been coaching. The thing is for me, like
college football is the only time I can think of it.
Okay, so I think what really kind of ticks people off is the Rooney Rule. Not even that. Even if you're a coach on the staff, you're thinking to yourself, like, damn, nobody around here that has a pulse for what's going on with this team could have been the interim coach for then you to possibly bring in Saturday if he's your guy. Let's just say Saturday comes in, he has any success. You know what's going to happen next. He's going to be the coach. Yeah. All right, but then all of these other guys are out. To me, I just feel like for the powers that be in the NFL, like, come on, guys, you have got to do a better job of trying to save face in situations like this. You're not even trying. This weekend, this Saturday, I was looking at college football, and Cadillac Williams is the interim coach of Auburn. Young black Cadillac Williams, running back. Cadillac Williams, one of the best running backs they ever played at Auburn. That's saying a lot, right? But then you see this young man coaching. That's the face of that should be what you should be looking for as far as this inclusion and all this. Man, this is a joke. This is a joke to me.
Heck, I'm going to push back a little bit here.
Push.
Because I've heard a lot of people talk about the Rooney Rule on this. Rooney Rule does not apply to interim coaches, okay? Does not apply. And when you talk about getting fair chances to be a head coach, this is the organization that hired Tony Dungy exactly after Tampa Bay let him go, won a Super Bowl with him. Tony Dungy retired. They promoted Jim Caldwell, black head coach, went to the Super Bowl. So Jim Irsay, SMU graduate, as far as I'm concerned, if people want to point the finger, talk about whether or not you hire black, he's done it. Mm-hmm. He has done it.
And had success.
And now, would you be wise to bring Jim Caldwell back? I would say so. But when people want to point the finger at the Colts and talk about diversity, I'd say, hey, this is a man who's shown you that he's been more than willing to hire black head coaches and had some success with it.
I just feel like this organization, all they do is kind of kick the can down the road. I'm going to blame Wentz. I'm going to blame Matt Ryan. Now it's Frank Wright. Now we're going to bring in Jeff Saturday. Like
who is the guy behind those two guys? Frank Wright was behind. Okay, then you got to pay. Right?
He's out the building.
If Heckma sit up here and says, hey, Barry, you should hire Newey, and Newey comes out to be a dud, you be looking at Heckma.
Yeah. But what about the GM? What about Ballard?
You can't. Now, that's a fair question.
Because he's the guy that brought in Matt Ryan.
That is a fair question. But he's a liked guy. And you know how it is in this league when you're liked.
It ain't what you know, it's who you know. And I will give you, I appreciate that, what you're saying about Irsay. But when the dysfunction, when you hire someone from outside, he's an insider. He's a royalty there. But by the guys that's in the locker room, he's an outsider. Yes. So what connection do they have? And he hadn't been there for OTAs, he hadn't been there for training camp, he hadn't been there for anything. He's been there in a consultation role.
I agree.
And so the coaching staff that's there already, and these people have families. They're all, man, they listen to these podcasts just to find out how we think about coaching staffs. Man, those guys have got to be talking amongst themselves like, what in the hell?
What do you got an assistant head coach for? You know what I mean? Like, you got all these people around, and you bringing in my guy from ESPN?
I had a problem with that.
This is failing miserably.
Honestly, you kind of love the. I'm telling you, man, sports right now is pretty dang cool. You think about.
You love the messages.
Okay, yes, I do love the message.
TMZ news.
Between the Brooklyn Nets, okay? Brooklyn Nets saying, hey, we gonna hire this dude that the Celtics said they suspended. We're going to bring him in here. We're going to fire Steve Nash. And now you got Jim Irsay saying, I was watching TV the other day. I had a conversation with Jeff. I really like what Jeff had to say. You know what? Why don't you come up here and run this thing for us, man? You was a good high school coach. Won state championship. Come on. How hard can it be?
be?
You got to admit, man, this is I enjoy doing this.
It's good for TV, but the players in the locker room right now,
They mad.
They mad as all hell. What can Saturday bring to this organization that can turn us around? You haven't, like you said, you haven't been there. He hasn't been in the trenches with us, gone to war with us.
You know, it's from the outside. You don't know the inner workings of what's going on. God's personality, all of those things, man. And look, it just seems like it's a joke to me to do it that way. That's the only thing. I guess that's what I'm saying. You know, I want guys to get an opportunity, and it's the fact that guys are not getting the opportunity to even be that. You know, that's what it is.
Honestly, okay, and this becomes another pet peeve of mine. When you do get the job, like Steve Wilkes got it in Carolina, to be the interim, it's trash.
You set up for failure.
It's trash. You know, that's what you normally get. So, fine. This thing's on fire. Let it be on fire. I want my
Let's
name
throw Lovie Smith in there.
Right. I don't want my name attached to it. You know? I mean,
Don't love you up in there.
Somebody get Lovie on the phone.
Hey, Marvin Lewis, are you available for interviews?
Damn.
Herm Edwards is just fired. Herm, come on. We played to win the game.
Herb, get us right, man. Well, Herb wasn't able to do it.
Yeah, right. So when you black and you get the interim head coach, what is it? It's been blown. The ship been sinking. No, I don't want this. Nah, bruh.
What's all this water?
Right.
You said you wanted an opportunity.
Right.
Here it is. Nah, this ain't it.
Right. No, man, take that. Go on, Jeff Saturday. Go on, take this. You going out to answer these questions for this foolishness. A cat like Williams. Really, you want to coach Auburn right now? I wouldn't want it. No.
Not right now.
This thing is trash. I don't want this thing. Give it to me now. I'm just trying to get it here in my little meeting. Hey, guys. Everybody hang together, but no, now you got to run out here and answer for it. Now, the last guy who did it successfully in terms of handling a messy situation was Dusty Baker. Hey, man, here the Astros accused of cheating and all this kind of stuff. Hey, Dusty, you come out here and take these slings and arrows for these guys who were cheating, and you had no parts in it. I was happy to see him win.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I don't like Houston. I don't like the Astros at all. Sorry, Danny McCray. But I was happy for Dusty because it's like, hey, man, how do you get the job? Normally when you're black, it's trash. Hey, handle this mess. Got a mess? Call a black man. Come on in. Hey, guy. Come on. Here's your shot. Look at my boys down in Houston, okay? You got Dusty had to take it over. Now you got before Lovey, where was the other black dude? Like, hey, Deshaun Watson was like, man, I want Eric Bieniemy. They were like, no, we don't even know his name, man. Like, your brother, you had to check. Is he really black? So you had to do a background check because he was so light-skinned, looking like one of Thomas Jefferson's kids. And then we put him out there. He got a year. He got fired.
You said you had to check him.
I said that was the Texans. Two black coaches they can't win nothing. Them dudes are getting fired. Then he got Houston, the Rockets, man. They gonna bring out my boy Steven Silas, man. That's everybody. And Russ said, I'm leaving. James Harden quit on the tee. He won out.
Get Silas on the phone.
Right. Silas, it's yours, guy.
You got it open, eh?
Right, one black coach. Here he is. This team's straight for the lottery, man. So, Jim Irsay called me. Nah, bro, I'm good. I'm good. You call me afterwards, okay? I'll take the interview after the season ends, man. They're sitting there running in these messes.
Hey, good luck Saturday.
Right. Then they're like, well, he tried him as interim coach. They lost every game. He's not real good. Nah, brother. The team was trash. I got Sam Ehlinger. What do you want me to do? I'm a coach. I'm not a magician. Sam can't play.
Oh, man.
So, but Jim Irsay, man, the guy has the guy hired Jim Caldwell, Tony Dungy, went to 2 Super Bowls, so we can't point the finger at him and say, hey, this is a guy who's not tried to, who's not done his part for the Rooney Rule in terms of hiring people of color. So he has done that. Let's get a break in here. Ezekiel Elliott. What's his status?
Man.
We talk about Zeke going up to Green Bay. He had the bye week off. Is he ready to go? I'll tell you what head coach Mike McCarthy had to say about next with Heckma Harrison, Barry Church. I'm Newey Scruggs. This Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com radio.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King. Rule the day.
Attention Cowboys fans looking for the best shave of your life. There's a new official razor of the Dallas Cowboys, Shave Logic. Imagine not having to buy blades as often and getting more smooth shaves than your old razor, guaranteed or your money back. After more than 10 years of research and over 150 company patents, ShaveLogic is proud to offer Cowboys fans a special offer. For a limited time, visit ShaveLogic.com and get a free $10 gift card with your purchase. Go to ShaveLogic.com now for more smooth shaves guaranteed.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Two icons one night. Music legend Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks will perform at AT&T Stadium on Saturday, April 8, 2023. Tickets will go on sale Friday, November 11th at SeatGeek.com, the official ticketing provider of AT&T Stadium. So, Barry.
Yo, what's happening, man? The show goes on.
The show goes on, man. We had to send Nui out to get some cold water, man, because
he was a little hot.
He
made him a little hot.
Close it. Hey, man, close the door on your way in, man. We on the air, man. Watch what you say, man.
Boy, hey, a touchy subject, huh?
Hit a nerve, huh?
Just a nerve.
The coaching game is hijacked, man. You know what it is. Coaching game all the way hijacked.
Okay, so I just read about Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks being in town on April 8th.
Hey man, that is it April 8th?
Yeah.
Okay, and the tickets go on sale. Should be like November 11th, like Friday coming up here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be buying some.
Come on,
man.
Stevie
Nicks?
Stevie Nicks and Billy Joel.
Yeah, I'm not a big Stevie Nicks fan. Outside of that one song she's got, but I do love Billy Joel.
Billy Joel.
Piano man.
Yeah.
Gotta love piano man.
Come on, man. I'm just trying to put you in better spirits, dog.
Hey, look, I'm in good spirits. I'm fine. I'm just making, man, the coaching game's hijacked. So I'm happy for Jeff Saturday. Former Tar Heel, good luck to you. Enjoy the meetings. Enjoy those meetings. I'm talking to Jimmy Johnson later on this week. And I think I'm going to ask Jimmy about that. You know, what is it like to step into a room where these aren't your people? When Jimmy left Oklahoma State and went down to Miami, that's what happened. They basically made him keep a lot of Howard Schnellenberger's staff. Yeah. And it was friction. And after that first year, he ran a bunch of guys off, and he said, I'm never going to go somewhere where I don't have my guys. So I can't imagine Jeff Saturday. I mean, it's not like you sitting up here coming and you bringing anybody with you. It's a bunch of dudes. We're looking at you like,
yeah,
who is you?
Right.
That's all it's going to come down.
Right. So good luck to them. But which I will come back into this. Makes me really appreciate what Mike McCarthy has done. I have got a better appreciation more and more for what Mike has done in this organization and the stability that they have had. After that first year when he got rid of Mike Nolan, and I thought he had a really good point. You heard the press conference today when he talked about, hey, I sat out a year. I got a lot of advice. I got some good advice, he said.
And some bad.
And frankly, there was a lot of it that I shouldn't have listened to. Mike Nolan being one of them. I can do it. I got you.
Boy, this defense looking crazy.
Right. And so you see now what he has done. And you just look, all right, Matt LaFleur right now with Green Bay, who they're facing this week. Man, that's some problems right there.
They're struggling.
Not only are they struggling, his decision-making is really being called out left and right about what's going on here. So,
but not just him, though, Newell. We've seen a lot of bad decision-making in the NFL this year.
Epidemic, bro.
Look at the Chargers.
I'm just saying, wait a minute. They're the poster child, all right, for bad decisions. But even the game, the Rams versus Tampa Bay, you have to, what are the Rams thinking? What is McVay thinking?
It's downright terrible.
Yeah, what are you doing?
You ain't going against some slap. You going against Tom Brady.
You going against Tom, what are you doing?
And you just going to let him march down with 42 seconds?
But you got to remember,
come on, man.
This is a guy who would have lost the Super Bowl if the dude on the other side who used to be his assistant was as bad as he was.
Yeah.
That offense, Mr. Guru in the offense, that was not a lot of offense in there in the Super Bowl. This guy kept running, and finally his own assistant was like, hey, dude, we're going to have to throw. Why? And then it was just a coup. And then basically Stafford like, all right, whatever. Hey, Coop, me and you, we're going to go down the field and win this thing. Yeah. But I loved how Jalen Ramsey called him out. Yeah. Called out because Steve Weiss of NFL Network said, how did you feel about having to go out for that last drive? It's like, we shouldn't have had to be out there. Which is him saying, guru coach, Mr. Offensive Genius, should have run out the clock. That's was it $144, whatever they got the ball? Come on, man.
That's just all them gurus. Something they always think. I'm smarter than the game. Look at shows that Shanahan with Atlanta. All y'all had to do that second 28-3. All y'all had to do was just run out the clock, and it's a day. You got yourself a ring. Well, same with McVay.
But then Shanahan didn't learn when he got to the Super Bowl himself.
He did it again.
Got a 10-point lead against Kansas City.
Did it again.
They're smarter than the game.
We're gonna stop running. We're gonna let Jimmy G throw. The guy who I guess it was the NFC champion threw 12 passes? No, hey, Jimmy, go. Go, Jimmy, go. Miss wide open. Miss Manuel saying wide open would have won the game.
Manuel Sanders is still running.
To this day.
Right. Wide open, too. Nobody around him. So, but yes, you are correct. Cleveland's coach makes some crazy decisions out there. John Harbaugh, what you doing? John Harbaugh lost 3 games by himself.
Yep, absolutely.
Blowing leads, man. Oh, how about Josh McDaniels blowing 3 17-point leads with the Raiders? Before him, the Raiders organization, 1960, had only blown 5 in their history. This dude's got 3.
No, they want to make sure their stamp is on the game.
There are some and they're all offensive coaches. I had this not an argument, debate with somebody, and I got it from Rick Goslin, longtime NFL writer. Like, if you're going to hire a guy these days, hire somebody who's got a defensive background. Because too many of these offensive guys, especially the ones that have the quarterback background, they just want throw.
But the decision-making process is really one that weirds you out. The more of these games that you watch, obviously, that, to your point, how do you make that decision? When you come back to this, guys are telling you, dude, if you just run the ball, you're going to run the clock out.
Or the other one, how about kick the field goal?
Whoa, that's a strange phenomenon. Wait a minute.
We're not doing that.
You see what we did here? Was that last week?
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks ago when they had a decision to go for it? Mike was like, "Nah, man, hold on, Kelly, we go back this thing up."
Called timeout and did it.
Yeah. But I think that was a moment for everybody at first with McCarthy, where they said, "Okay, you could see that's." He's coaching the league for 29 years, so that's not maturity, but that's just him saying, "Whoa." Oh, hello, we're going to call timeout. We're not going to go for it here. We're going to kick a field goal. And I think all of the fan base took a collective breath together, even though there's so many people that believe in this analytics stuff. And again, those same people are the same ones that were hired for these young offensive-minded coaches to get these jobs. And then when you're sitting there watching these guys on the job, like a guy out in San Diego or, right now, these are head scratchers, but then you love to see guys having success as well. As much you dump on the young ones, what about the guy in Miami?
Doing his thing.
He doing his thing.
Black head coach.
Oh, man.
We had to find out.
Talking about Thomas Jefferson.
They brought it out. They were like, what? Man ain't never said nothing. Man ain't said nothing about it. They asked him at the press conference. Yeah.
I guess.
I guess you could say that.
I believe in analytics. I do. I believe in analytics. But I also believe in just good old-fashioned common sense. And I go back to that Mike McCarthy against Detroit. You're getting down there. You're inside the 5. You can't get the momentum you want. They're about to go for it. McCarthy calls a field goal. Nope. Send Maher out there. If you were watching the game, you saw the Lions had a bye week off. These guys were fired up. They're ready to go. They're here in Jerry World. Like, okay, we're ready. man, you need to go ahead, just tie this thing up, kick it off, let your defense go out here and play. You don't have to start going for things in the first quarter. I'm watching this and I'm shaking I was watching the TCU game. I was at the TCU game on Saturday. God. And I'm sitting around here. It's another 4th down inside the 20. No, we're going for it. Kick the field goal.
The points.
Take the points. It's a long game, especially if you like your defense. Go out there, man, get some points and go. For the life of me, I do not understand this desire to and then they want to blame it on analytics, by the way. Now, if I'm involved in it, don't put that on me.
That's the guys at PFF. They go,
man, I can't stand PFF.
Don't put that on me.
But there are some people that live by PFF.
You ain't lying.
You know, and I guess, and my stance on PFF is people always use it when they want to win an argument. You know, and then PFF, Pro Football Focus said, but sometimes the numbers are skewed and they don't make any sense from an eyeball perspective. You know, when you start talking about Zeke's passing grade, his grade in blocking, he's failing. Like everybody knows Zeke is saving the game with his blocking, but PFF says he's poor.
I once again argue with Rob Parker and Chris Broussard over at Fox Sports Radio about how they feel like the carries need to be distributed more towards Tony Pollard. And I bring up, the pass pro ain't good, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get that killed, right? Right, what you gonna do?
Did they put into account like Zeke running the football, wearing a defense down? Like Tony Pollard coming in there, fresh legs, hitting the hole at 100 miles an hour when the defense was used to hitting the hole when Zeke was coming in at 80 miles an hour. They don't put that into any. They just see these explosive plays and they're like, that guy's better. Yeah. Nah, man, there's a whole thing that comes into it.
And thank God I believe that Mike McCarthy doesn't buy into that narrative. I think he's. You talk about somebody that's not listening to the outside noise. It has to be him, because every week the narrative changes from Cooper Rush needs to be the starting quarterback for the rest of the year. Whoa, Tony Pollard? Forget Zeke. You don't need.
We got Pollard. Now, I think when he first got here, I think he was.
Absolutely.
I think he was. I think he was trying to, let me change. I'm this, I'm that, and that. You know what? Common sense works. I go back into this. Brian Daboll is doing a really good job with the Giants because he doesn't do dumb things. He actually has gone off the Belichick tree. Like, you know what? I'll let you guys beat yourselves in a lot of the ways. So when you have these coaches who want to go for it on 4th and 4, want to skip field goals, you're just hurting yourself. Daboll knows his team is limited and they've got some warts here and there, but man, they're playing, they know who they are, they play sound fundamental football, and you know what? They're going to let you do something dumb. Yeah. And they're winning games. Bill Belichick has won 3 Super Bowls because the other dudes did something dumb. Mike Martz decided not to run Marshall Faulk, even though he's Offensive Player of the Year. Lost the game. Then you watch, hey, we're going to let Russ cook. Russ threw an interception at the 1-yard line. Belichick wins the Super Bowl.
You had Lynch in the backfield.
28-3 on our guy, Dan Quinn. Kyle Shanahan wants to sit around here and throw and be aggressive when he need to. 3 Super Bowls based on, I'm going to let you guys go beat yourselves. Yeah. Mike McCarthy realizes he's got a good defense, and you heard him come out there at the press conference a couple of years ago. Hey, we are a defensive football team, and this is the way I want to play. And they're living up to it. So going back into Zeke and Tony Pollard, this plays into what they want to do. You've got a good defense. Don't leave him out there for 40 minutes.
No.
Don't do that. And so, by the way, Zeke Elliott not practicing today. They're going to see how he progresses during the week. I was in the locker room, and Zeke spoke about how, we're going to see where it goes. And it's an interesting one. Do you play him this week? Do you save for Minnesota?
Depends on how bad that injury is.
Right, depending on where you're at here. If it comes close, okay, if it gets down and it's close, do you say, hey, take the week off, Malik Davis, you up here one more time, Tony Pollard, let's go ahead and get this thing done? Do you do that so you can, because he spoke about, we want Zeke fresh, we want him for the end of the year. Is this another? So now you're giving this guy 3 weeks off, and then you try and get him ready for Minnesota. I mean, it's just a thought process.
Is this a tease, or are you getting ready to break us right now?
I'm getting ready to break right now. I'm ready to break right now. You know where I'm going. So I just want you guys on the flip side. When we come back, I want answers from Barry Church, from Heckma Harrison. I'm Louis Scruggs. This is Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? it means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Back to the Players Lounge.
'Tis the season for Dallas Cowboy Holiday Youth Camps presented by Invisalign. Register for one-day football and dance academy camps are now open. Don't miss your chance to send your athlete to camp at AT&T Stadium on December the 20th and 21st. Register today at dallascowboys.com/academy and use code XMAS25 to get $25 off, and that's XMAS 25 to get $25 off.
Okay.
You all right, man?
I'm just saying right now, when you said Christmas, it made me think. Because I did this paper in class on the supply chain and the Dallas Cowboys and merchandising. If you have a Cowboy fan in your house, and you think about Black Friday, they got, 3 games coming up in like 12 days here?
Yeah.
You better secure your merchandise. Because if this team is sitting up here at 10 wins.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's going to want they're going to want Cowboy stuff for Christmas.
Yeah. Flying out the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey, man.
It happens every year. I mean, this is the thing.
I know you got some more stuff laying around, man. Bring it on through, man. You know,
bring it on
through. You know, I'll take it. And, hey, I want to tell y'all brothers something, man. My Christmas tree already up. What about y'all?
I seen that.
You saw that? I got my Christmas tree up. Let me tell you something, Newey. Listen, I refuse to look at Christmas ornaments on Valentine's Day. So I got an experiment going on in my house. And I'm like, if y'all can look at this stuff for 3 months, it's beyond me.
Okay.
I'm done with it.
Now, there's some people on our street who already have their stuff.
Already got the lights up.
Yeah.
Is that the stand-back tree?
The stand-back tree is in the office.
Okay.
Yeah, the stand-back tree is in the office.
I am, good for those folks. So,
yeah, man, we starting early. I just want to know if they can look at it for 3 months.
Hey, man, good for you.
I know.
The most I did for Christmas is I ordered 3 poinsettias because my kids' choir needed, they're a fundraiser. So like, buy a wreath for some poinsettias. I'm like,
you said it's poinsettias?
That's what it is.
I've been saying it wrong for my whole life.
Hey, I'm not trying to sit up here thinking I got it right.
Okay,
what was you calling it?
Poinsettias?
That's what I call it. That ain't it?
That ain't it.
I mean, whatever it is. I mean, I'm not sitting up here saying
okay.
I got it right.
I'm like, this the whole time I was going to play.
Anyway, I bought I think two red ones and a white one to throw in the house.
Looking at me like this?
No. I got my country grammar going on.
I know. No, come on.
My country grammar going on right now. But
Is this what we're going to be doing right now? Here, hold on a second. I got to do this real quick. Go ahead, guys.
Poinsettia is.
Yeah, no, you guys talking Christmas, so I listen to Christmas music.
Come on, man.
And we got church. They got the little holiday thing they do here at the Star. Mm-hmm. Church, are you gonna roll out there? Is one of the light up the tree?
They got a couple days at church.
Probably not.
Don't be sick.
That's a nice drive. That's a distance.
But that's a paid gig. I mean, they roll.
Oh no. If they pay me to do it, I'm here. I'm in the building. Don't get me wrong. If they pay me,
we know how he rolls. This man needs a check.
Everywhere I go.
Man needs a check.
Ain't nothing free in life, man.
I'm looking forward to when I board the plane Saturday at Green Bay on American Airlines. If they got Darren Woodson out there one more time.
They gonna have you been there tomorrow.
So I went to Kansas City and Woody and some cheerleaders were right there at the gate. Right. And I said, boy, it's Saturday. I know that check was good for you. He smiled. He smiled.
He flashed it.
You know it was good.
Hey, I'm not mad at you. Being a Cowboy alum is a good thing for you, man. You stay in the good graces for the team.
Don't burn any bridges.
We don't experience any of that here, Heckman. But hey, I'm happy for you, Church.
I appreciate it, man.
So hopefully you get to light up the tree when they do that Christmas extravaganza here. So Malik Hooker, Sam Williams, they spoke in the media session today. Both men said that they're going to be good to go. Hamstrings are what they've been dealing with, so they'll both be good to go to travel right on up to Green Bay. And if this defense is healthy, they can make life tough. I saw Bakhtiari, one of the offensive, their best offensive lineman in the past 5 years. He left the game. There's no excuse at this point in time not to go up there and get it done. You cannot fall in the trap for this game.
I mean, you know it's tough in Green Bay. They trying to throw Bakhtiari touchdown passes against the like. What are you doing, man? And Aaron Rodgers, he throws 3 interceptions, one off the top of somebody's head that just bounced up in the air. I'm like, the guy is struggling. But to me, Green Bay's problem was they thought, all right, if we can get Aaron Rodgers, that solves everything. We good. That's all we need as a quarterback. We can throw 5 guys in from New Hampshire at receiver, and we'll be good because we have Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And that's just not the case this year.
I mean, but it goes both ways, man, with that. And Aaron Rodgers has, for years, been able to do more with less. I mean, that's not take away the fact that he had one of the best. He had Devontae, which obviously he cultivated into one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League. But when they had an opportunity to make their team better, they went out and got a quarterback. I mean, that's not. And he's made life a living hell for them ever since they did that.
Yes,
and then they went out and gave him this big contract. And I don't think anybody's actually crying for Green Bay. And Aaron Rodgers brings a lot of this pressure on himself with some of the things that he says off of the field. It's a lot of stuff with him right now. But at the same time, you cannot deny the talent that he has. You can't deny the numbers that he has. But it just trips me out, man. Being as elite as he's always been, he only has 1 Super Bowl. Then I'll let people know how hard it is to win a Super Bowl. But I think, as to your point about this defense, they've got to be in a situation right now where they can't wait to get to Green Bay. It's going to be cold. It's going to be a defensive game. And as you talk about, what is the probability of whether Zeke is going to play or not? This offensive line has got to feel good about this game. Like, hey, they're going to put it on our back, and hey, we can ride this thing out. And they went up against a pretty formidable Chicago Bears defense, and hey, they made way.
Cowboys 5-point favorites in this one. And so
5-point favorites.
Cowboys are 6-2, so they win this game, they go to 7-2, and then they would travel to Minnesota to face the Vikings. The Vikings are 7-1 right now. They are traveling to 6-2 Buffalo. Bills are 7-point favorites in Orchard Park, New York. Yes,
I'm surprised, even with Allen, looking like he might be a little injured.
You know what? I mean, you played the game, coming off a loss like that, and you back at home.
I told you about that pixie dust. I told you about it. I told you that pixie dust.
So we could be seeing a 7-2 Vikings team against a possible 7-2 Cowboys team in Minnesota.
Or 8-1.
Right now, they got some swag with them.
They got some sauce,
I'm taking the Bills to win this one. At home, after that embarrassing loss that they had to the Jets, I'm expecting the Bills to win. Vegas got them 7-point favorites, man. I expect the Bills to win this game against
7
Minnesota.
Points? Like on Minnesota?
Dude, they're struggling against Washington, bro.
I don't know, man. That's at Washington. Washington, I don't know, man.
The Jets just beat the Bills.
Division game.
I said
There we go.
Who's that quarterback? Zach? The guy that likes people's moms. What's his name? Zach Wilson. Yeah, that guy, man. He went out there and beat him.
Stifler.
Without who they man got? Bryce Hall.
Is that how we?
That's how we.
I call him Stifler. Stifler from American Pie. That's Stifler.
Hide your moms. All right. Don't let your moms go around my man. All right.
That's cold work.
He got Stifler quarterbacking Jets.
He beat him. He went out there and beat him.
Like I said, after that, I mean, Barry, you played in this league. When you go out there and you go lose a game like this, as you looked on the next week, and you back at home. Hey, man, we need. That's when a good team, everybody looking at it, get your stuff straight and stop playing around. Stop trying to take these folks advantage. You know, Minnesota gonna come in here. They got a doggone primetime receiver. They got a run game. Don't mess up. Get your mind right. I mean, Vegas got him as a 7-point.
That was a surprise to me.
Nah.
Vegas don't miss too often. So, anyway, I'm very anxious about that because I'm telling you, man, I don't want to overlook Green Bay, but you've got a bye week. Mike's got a really good record at the bye week. I forgot to bring my notes on that, but he's got a really good record at the bye week. Okay. So I'm expecting them to go get this dub. The guys in the locker room have all spoken about wanting to win for McCarthy this week. And,
hell yeah.
And
yeah, man.
I just feel like they handle this, and then, hey, Minnesota, Cowboys. I know Cooper Rush not playing last year. Cooper Rush gave him that work on Halloween, handle his business. So I'm going to mess with Dak a little bit. Hey, can you do what Cooper did last year?
Oh.
Handle the business? Can you do that?
315. He did throw for 315.
Yes, he did. So, and Dak, by the way, was in the locker room just chilling, having a good time. You can see why he's so likable. But anyway, I think Cowboy fans should feel good where things are at right now. And they should have a strong November. Okay, you got Green Bay, got Minnesota, then you got the Giants for Thanksgiving Day,
and then the Colts.
You know, these are, man.
Well, that's December.
You're right, but the first week of December, and for years, December was like, it's December. It's been a problem.
Absolutely.
So you are now in some games here where you should be favored in all of them. Maybe not at Minnesota, but even if it is, it'll be, 3? It won't give any more than 3 points.
But I got to ask you guys, I mean, you got an opportunity, obviously, Cowboy football on this weekend, just to look at other teams around the NFL. Did you say to yourself, just looking at these NFC teams, that this thing is wide open?
Oh, it's wide open.
It's wide open. You got to feel good. The Cowboys have got to feel good about where they are right now, 6-2.
No one scares you. You're looking at it. What offense out there is scaring this defense and this pass rush?
And I'm not naive enough to think that teams have ripened yet. I think there's still going to be a couple weeks before you see, like, okay, all right, they got that. You know, guys are coming back from injury or whatnot. But still, just nobody in the league right now from what I've seen that I say, oh man, we can't beat that. Except for y'all other boys. We'll talk about them later.
On the next episode,
we see what they did, man.
We'll dive in.
Y'all other boys.
I'm just saying.
Did Lovey bad.
Next episode, we will decide. We'll decide if Odell Beckham Jr. can be that salt.
Man, you said what?
On the next episode, we will decide if Odell Beckham Jr. can be that salt.
That's your man. You've been saying it.
McCarthy spoke about him today.
Man.
Jerry Jones spoke. So we'll dive into it.
I can't believe we.
Heckma Harrison, Barry Church,
Newey Scruggs. ACL brothers out here. I can't believe it.
Been the Players Lounge.
Let's go.
By Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Say bring the sauce.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?